Starlink?
Yeah.
Password?
Starlink.
Starlink 9. Okay, capitals. The system is connected like the architecture of our system. It's very simple. We have two servers. Main and backup. We call them BO main and BO backup. BO means back office. All these servers, they run parallelly, in parallel. So actually, what is running here, it's running also here. There is like no difference between these two servers. Then actually there is something connected between these two servers. We call it usually we call it BB, breakout box. Why?
White.
Yes, because the architecture is master slave. So one server is every time master, and that master actually is sending commands. In case of TCP/IP connection, I don't know, there is a, let's put there Red Hood 1 or RWG1. This is TCP/IP connection. So if this one is master, it sends commands to Red Hood 1 main. But the slave one, the BOB, which is by default slave, this is not sending any commands to Red Hood. This is just receiving commands, but the driver is running exactly the same. So,
when main is backup, when main is online, or main is master.
When main is master, it controls like everything main.
Backup one just
backup one is receiving. It's just a receiver. So it's receiving all these commands and everything to have a proper state.
Command from there?
No. Command from devices. Also, these two servers are connected. These two servers are connected via TCP/IP, and there is a heartbeat. So the back office backup is sending like, "Are you alive? Are you alive?" And in case there is a problem with the main, we will switch to backup, which means that backup will start actually controlling devices and do like everything, and BOM will become slave. How to switch it? It can be switched automatically when we lose the connection to BOM, or we can switch. Or you can switch, I will show you that later, when you go to server room and you will just select switch to the server and it will become master. The breakout box. Why do you have the breakout box? Because some devices are not controlled via TCP/IP, but some devices are controlled via RS422. So the breakout box is the So, if you want to control something via RS422, that's the reason why we have a breakout box, because it's just full of relay and it is switching commands. So devices are connected to RS422 through the RS422 breakout box. Which devices are currently controlled? We control 4 Red Hood green servers for the layout. All these Red Hood green, so 1 to 4, are controlled via TCP/IP. So we use the TCP/IP API. Then, what is controlled? We control your router. Then we control currently the switcher. We which is the EMC switcher. Then, which devices do we control more? Storages, but I will just show later the storages. And maybe in the future, when we're in the studio, so we will control also some studio equipment, typically cameras, lights, and something. But currently for the MCR and VCR, just the playout, router, and switcher. Well, so that's the basic architecture. And now let's do the drawing, just quick drawing, how it works for the MCR the routing, or actually like the whole routing here. So you have a router, you have a switcher. Devices like redwood green, 3 and 4 are connected to router because these devices, they have like ingest ports. So you route your signals, to these ingest ports. And all these signals on router are controlled by our automation. So when you select for the ingest redwood G3_1, these ports are actually called ING1 to ING8. So every time when you select a port like this, we just do the automatic routing and it's done. How can you check if it's correct? There is the application where, again, I will show later, it's called like router or router ingest, and you can actually see the current status of the router. So you can even change it actually. But you don't need to do it manually, just maybe in case of emergency, because everything is routed automatically by the automation. What about the MCR? MCR is a little bit more complicated. There is an MCR switcher. There is a BGM. There is preset. There is the output. And then there are a few inputs. Maybe you remember from the night that we had some issues with the switcher settings. But typically, what is connected? MCR main, MCR backup, then PCR1_PGM, there is actually PCR2_PGM, and then tie lines from router, like 5 tie lines from the router.
From EMC router?
From I don't know,
16 by 16.
No. Well, for me, actually, this is already, because for the automation, the EMC, actually there is a switcher, and there is a 16 by 16 router.
There is 16 by 16.
This one is the big router. This one is the router, the full one, the with, I don't know, 125 or something. What's the brand? I forgot. Aveco. So that's the big one. And there is a tie line actually connected from this one to that 16 by 16, but we actually control, because there is an EMC 3025 or something, plus that 16 by 16, but we control it as a one. Because for us, for the automation, we are connected only to switcher, and this one controls the 16 by 16. So for us, it's just one device, which is called like switcher.
EMC and 16 by 16 router both you assume one device.
Yes. For us, it's like one device. For the automation, is one device with 16 inputs and 2 outputs. So, when in MCR, you select PCR1 or when you play from the server, it goes directly to switcher. So, we don't use any tie lines and router. We just route it directly. But, for example, you want to use for the playout, you want to use something which is only here on the router. In this case, I don't know, some TVU input. In this case, automation will automatically create a path. It will route the TVU to some tie line, and it will route the tie line to PGM. So you don't need to take care at all. We will just create the correct path for the maintenance. If you will see that there is a no-com with the router in our system, it really means there is no communication. It's very, it's very often, but when you really see no-com in our system, in the status browser, it really means we lost the TCP/IP connection. So in this case, or RS4 connection. In this case, restart router. If there is no communication with mix TV1, this is the EMC, try to restart EMC because it can be the problem. So this is very basic routing. I almost forgot one thing. We have another two devices in your case. Two servers. XDB backup, and there is XDB main. Main database connected directly to main server, backup database connected to backup server. Again, I will show you that later, but in case of any restart or something, we will do that, or if you will do that, we will ask you to at first stop the server, and then you can
stop the server from service.
Yeah, server from the server main via KVM. I will show you that we will do that, and you will see the KVM, or I will show you that. So there is a little KVM. So if you want to restart database, you have to stop the server, then you have to stop database, or restart database, and when the database is running, you have to start the server. Servers will not start when the database is not running. That's very important. Automation servers will not start properly when database are not running. Because if you will try, if it's disconnected and you will try to run to start the server, a lot of processes will fail because actually nothing would work without database. Database contains all your assets, all your metadata, and even actually it can contain the information about playlist and something. So trust me, without
database this is nothing.
Yes, without database it's also very crucial database, so it has to be okay. So let me try to create new one. I don't know how to do it.
For duty.
No. Delete all. Yes. Lovely. Now I will try to create very beautiful picture. Hopefully you will understand. Storages. Your workflow has a lot of folders, a lot of devices, and a lot of storages. So let's try to use it. First of all, let's do these redwoods. So you have a RW1, you have RW2, you have RW3, RWG4. You have this layout and ingest servers. Layout servers, actually in our system, you will not see RWG1 and 2. Why? Because we created a virtual device. Let me call it like this, or let's do it like that. And you see it like yes. Because why? For us, this is the virtual device, because we mirror the content. All clips here should be here.
This is you write it like video server.
Yeah, like video server.
This is virtual server.
Virtual server, video server, it doesn't matter. So it's like VS. Because also, when we control the layout, we also control the layout like, synchronously, which means main and backup port. So that's the VS. Redwood G3 and Redwood 4, these are like independent, and these are for the engines. And now let's create huge, or maybe not that huge, a little bit smaller box. And let's call it DDB. This is your NAS or SAN, let's say. I don't know what exactly is that. This one contains several folders. It contains the folder finish, it contains the folder ingest, and it contains the folder rush. What are these folders? These folders are final folders which contains clips. Every time when you see in the content in our database, in the content browser or in Gemini, that something is in finish, this is really physically in the ingest and finish and rush folder. Finish is the source of files which were already edited by your editors. So clips ready for the player. Ingest folder is the folder for raw clips. Very raw clips, typically from the ingest. Rush is the folder for P2. That's the folder for P2 files where you can just take it and use it for some editing also.
Please repeat it.
Sorry?
Just repeat it.
The finish. The finish is for final folder, edited folder, raw files, and P2 files. So let's end.
If anyone put here in finish folder and create a folder and paste it to that file in that folder, your database will not be there.
No. And very important thing, no one except the automation should directly touch these folders. No one should copy anything directly, no one should delete anything directly. Why? If you put a file directly there, we don't know it. If you will delete something from this file, from these folders, we don't know it. This is very important that all operations above these folders should be done from the automation, from Gemini or from the web. Why? How to put something there? We have several options. First of all, we have watch folders. So we call it finish, inbox, then we have ingest, inbox, and then finally we have rush, inbox. What are these folders? I will start with finish. Your editors will actually, there is a, I don't know, Adobe, use Adobe Premiere, right? So there is Adobe Premiere PC. Your editor will put a new file to finish inbox. That's the only folder he needs. He should not touch anything else. Only finish inbox. Our system, we have to.
Video editor need to access video recorder.
Sure. But this one only read only. Read only. Because he can make a mistake and put there something by accident. So these folders, of course, they can check it and something, but only read only for editors. These writable for editors. So he will put the file to finish inbox. Our system, the process which is running on both transpoders simultaneously, is checking these folders every 10 or 15 seconds, something like that. It's checking periodically, and if there is a new clip, okay, the process will do the media info. It will just take the metadata about the clip, check if the clip is compatible and everything, and if yes, it will move it to finish and it will register it to the database. What is important? Finish inbox, only MXF. Ingest inbox, only MXF. Rush inbox, MXF, MP4, MOV. If you put MP4 to here or here, it will stay there. We will ignore it. We will not do anything. That's important. If you put even like folder structure here, we will ignore it. It has to be a file directly in this folder. So that's the same in ingest. This is, for example, like kind of emergency ingest for you. And because the source for the ingest folder is a little bit different. The source for the ingest folder is that you have SDI ingest here. So when you ingest something here, then automatically, because typically these files are raw, underscore, blah blah blah, something. Immediately when you start ingesting, or not immediately, we need some time, harmonic needs some time, like 30 seconds or something. We will also start the transfer to ingest from here and from here. Exactly. So all these files which are ingested, they go immediately to ingest. And you can even see in the media queue that actually it is still ingesting, but it's already transferring to ingest. And you see in our media queue, this is the application URL, that the progress is like 99% for a long time. It means that this is growing, and we also transfer the growing file. And when you finish the ingest, it will take some time. We will finish also the transfer to ingest. And then, of course, that's the source for editors. They can just take these files. Not write, just read.
Live video footage, live, whichever ingest guy recorded, that live footage we can import it into our Adobe after 1 minute, right?
Yeah, if Adobe also supports the growing file.
Growing file support, Adobe support, but it should be minimized the third support. In Mac, it is real time.
Okay, because harmonic needs like 30 seconds. Then we also need to start the transfer. So actually, I recommend to start working on the clip at least like after 1 minute. It's the same thing. So that's the workload for ages. So actually, this folder can be used as the emergency, for example, when you, I don't know, lose your ingest servers and you need to put, or when you have a raw file somewhere on the USB or something, you can also put the raw file here.
We have directly SDI connected in our Adobe Premiere panel. We can record it to there and directly drop there.
Yeah.
And we go to
Exactly. And what's the thing? Every time when we ingest something here, we set the warranty to, I think, 2 days or 3 days, and I just forgot. And so we set the warranty to 3 days. Then when it's transferred here, we set the warranty to 5 days. What it means? We will delete it after 3 days from here, and we will delete it from after 5 days from this ingest. Automatically. Of course, you can also delete it manually. When you open the content on Gemini, you can find the clip and the finish. When you transfer something to finish, the warranty is set to 7 days, I guess. And the rest of the workflow is that when you put something to finish, then we immediately copy the file to Redboot 1 and Redboot 2.
Without this, what the file will be there, any file will be there, automatically copy to that without importing to playlist.
Exactly. Once you put something to finish, we immediately copy all clips from finish to ES, even when you don't need it. But it can happen because, for example, there is also the warranty like I think 3 or 5 days. I don't know, maybe 5. So when the clip will be deleted from here after like 5 days, it can be still on finish. And in this case, it is enough to schedule the clip in the playlist or in the rundown, and we will automatically transfer it again. So once you have the clip in finish and you, I don't know, accidentally delete it from that book, we will delete it again. Delete it, transfer it.
Actually, it's not accidentally. Like this folder warranty is for 5 days. This folder warranty is for 7 days.
I know.
Like there is 100 clips and there is 100 clips. I deleted it, deleted the 100 clips and it and 5 days 100 clips and it contained 20 more files. It will automatically copy. Or when the playlist will open and I put that.
When you schedule it in MCR or in PCR, or when you put it to work and open the book.
Oh.
That's also possible. So it has to be in the schedule. If you will have something here and not here, then we will not do anything. But when you put the clip to playlists, we will trigger the transfer in like few seconds. Transfer.
If you before that told you like this, maybe I know what the file I put there is not going to automatically there. Either I create a playlist and put that file in the playlist.
If the clip will come here when it appears in finish, then the rule is that it goes directly here. You know, when it appears. But for example, when you delete it from here, you can still transfer it
because
again.
there is 2 days delay. 2 days delay.
And also there is a mirroring between 1 and 2. So
that means both file copying 1 and 2.
yeah. But the priority is that we will copy it from finish to both. In case of any issues, the transfer will fail to one or whatever. Then the system will actually copy it just to one, and then from one to another. Because that's the mirroring. That's the mirroring. So that's the ingest finish.
That means it's not copying second one. Either redo one is main, if the mirroring. Finish folder to copy the redo one and redo one to copy the redo two.
Yeah. When the system will copy at least the clip at least to one storage, then it will be redundant. Really, you can even try. You can access Harmonic directly. You will just delete it from Harmonic, and we will trigger the transfer in like 2 seconds. Also, it's functional. So this is this is finished. I have to also mention one thing. You put files with some naming convention. So it means that these files, for example, should be like PGM underscore, and there is like day, month, year, underscore, and the name. What we do is, we actually check this prefix, and there is like table of like 10 or 15 different prefixes, and we will set the category in our system to program, or there is STM, there is a jingle, promo, commercial, and whatever. Why do we do that? Because then we can apply like different workflow for, or different warranty for different things. Or, that's very important, our purging mechanism will delete all these clips from finish, except, and I don't remember, but I think that except commercials and promos. So be careful, commercials and promos are not deleted automatically.
Commercials and promos.
Let me just double check it. Wait a second. I will need to double check if I am correct.
This is
So it is like that. From finish folder, we delete all clip except COM, commercials,
and
PRM or PRO like promo, and GFX.
and G.
Commercials, promos, and GFX. Graphics.
What about FIL? Fill?
Filler.
Fill not should be related.
Currently,
Filler and promos related.
it's not about promo. Okay, so if you want to edit, we have to then change it. Because currently fillers are deleted after 7 days from finish.
It should make one thing is that only we fix 3 letter.
Exactly.
Brother, one thing, আমাদের লুপ যেটা কমন লুপ আচ্ছা কমন লুপ আমরা ওই কম দিয়া মেরে দেবো নাকি কমন লুপ যেটা ডিলিট করা যাবে না ওটা কি কিভাবে হবে কম দিয়ে মেরে দেবো কম দিয়ে আমরা লুপ দিব তারপর বুঝছেন তো সবাই বুঝছেন তো
আমি এটা বলতেছিলাম
লুপ লেখাতে থাকবো কমের পরে প্যারাশুট খুঁজবেন লাক্স খুঁজবেন কমের পরে লুপ লেখা আছে তাহলে আমরা একটা ক্যাটাগরি বানাইতে হবে
কমের পরে এদিকে শুধুমাত্র 3টা ওয়ার্ড দেখা সেই হবে সরি 3টা লেটার সেই ক্ষেত্রে এখন হচ্ছে কি যে এরপরে আরো কিছু আছে কমের পরে মানে এখানে ধরেন কমিউনিটি আছে ওইটা কোষে কমার্শিয়াল করে দিয়েছে
দেখছেন কি এটা
হ্যাঁ এটা দেখছি
এটা বলেন আপনারা আসেন কেন বলেন
ওই শুনুন we fix 3 letter for com.
Yes.
Other than the community, as an example, community also shows like a commercial, but it should not.
How do you recognize it? Because we were told that there should be like a prefix every time.
Prefix only for 3 letter.
Exactly. 3 letters.
আপনার এই কমিউনিটি যেটা থাকে এটা শুরু হইছে কি নাম দিয়ে
CO double M এটা হয় double M হইলো পরে ওইটা করে
না CO ডাবল এর আগে প্রিফিক্স আছে না
আন্ডারস্কোর না থাকলে ওটা অটোমেটিক ফাংশন
তাহলে আন্ডারস্কোর তো দিচ্ছে এটা তো আমাদের মিস্টেক আমরা মিস্টেকলি দিতেছি তাই না
না কমিউনিটি বানানটা কি হয়
না কমিউনিটি বানান আপনি ভুলে যান আপনি CO ডাবল CO এর পর একটা আন্ডারস্কোর আছে
আছে ভাই কারণ যে দিচ্ছে
সে তো কমিউনিটিতে
কমিউনিটি আগে তো কিছু থাকবে
না
3 ওয়ার্ডে তো কিছু থাকবে সেটা তো
কমিউনিটির আগে আপনার প্রিফিক্স এর ক্যাটাগরি থাকবে না
কিসের মধ্যে পড়ে কমার্শিয়াল মধ্যে পড়ে আমি ওটা বলি না কিন্তু আমাদেরকে দেখাচ্ছে কমার্শিয়াল হিসেবে বুঝলেন না তাহলে আপনি এই যে
ভাই এটা তো একটা ক্যাটাগরি আছে ধরেন ফিলার প্রোমো কমার্শিয়াল তারপর পিকেজি এগুলো ক্যাটাগরি আছে না কমিউনিটিটা
আমি বলি কমার্শিয়াল
ঠিক বুঝছি ভাই এটা ম্যান মেড ভুল এটা যে ভুল বাইরে ওই যেটার বাইরে রাখছে
ফাইল দিয়েছে
ফাইলের আগে ওইটা ইয়ে করে দেয় ডিফাইন করে না
ভাই
এই জিনিসটা কি
উনি ক্যাটাগরি
আমরা সবাই কি দুটো জিনিসটা আমাদের আমরা সময় brother please we just talk each other
Sure.
here.
So this is it. Just mention that finish is just a source. You cannot copy back anything from Redwood 1 to finish. This is only the source. The ingest can be the source, and also I don't know if you want to or the target, but also for example when you want to do a preview or something, you can just take it, copy that back. There are some buttons in the web for that. I don't know for high res
From
preview.
extra
So that's also good. This one is a special folder for brush. Okay. I love it. This one is a special folder for Rush. Maybe you can correct me. Maybe you don't use it right now, but you have a P2 uploader, which is or something like that from Provider. You will select files using that uploader. The folder is located in also a DDP somewhere. Just I don't know exactly that. Check
the folder is in this
ingest or something. But do not be confused. That's not the same folder.
No.
Not at all. It's like different ingest folder located somewhere else. I don't know. Someone may explain it better than me. Then you will select some files because people put like everything here in the folder. You will select files which you want to use, and then actually that uploader will take these files it will rename the file based on the folder name, and it will actually and put their date and some unique ID and blah blah blah, and it will actually put them through the Rush inbox. And exactly the same, when we discover something in that inbox folder, we copy them to Rush, and that's all. Rush folder for us. There are no additional transfers from other sites. Nothing. We
But
just
how they register without your transferring services?
no,
How they register in extra or in
that's the point. We will just register it. We checking that using the transcoder services. We check it. We check that also that Rush inbox. We will move it. We will register it in our database as
using
Rush device.
the transcoder 1 and 2?
Both. It's independent.
No. This registry will make transcoder 1 by transcoder 1 and 2?
Both. Yes. Both transcoders. The process, actually, the process which is responsible for the registration and movement.
Every registration and every metadata will be created by transcoder. Either it is finish to finish,
Yeah.
ingest to ingest, or
Exactly.
inbox to rush.
Exactly. I will again show that later. There are like special services for these transcoders, and they are moving files and getting the media info. So that's the Rush. Rush means we will not transfer it anywhere. We will not do anything with Rush. This is just the source again for your editors. And then we will delete these files after 3 days, I guess. We will just delete files, and again, this is all what we do. And then we have another one, device. I will put the device somewhere, probably here. This is called, there are like 2 by the way devices, and we call it archive. There is actually many backup, but you don't need to know it. What is important? This is the archive. It's auto archive. Archiving in your system is fully manual. You can archive whatever you want from Finish or ingest folder. How to do it? Very simple. In Gemini or in Rue, you will just find the file, select it, push the button, and archive it. And we will actually, because there are like 2 separate storages, make a backup, and we will archive it to both storages. So then it will be in auto. So there are transfers from Finish, and there are transfers from ingest. Archive is not automatically deleted. There is no purging mechanism, the automatic one. So all we archive, it will stay there until you push the button, you find it somewhere, and you can delete it manually. But no automatic purging, nothing.
This is also the same. I deleted it from extra or new. It will automatically delete it from Aveco and then.
If, for example, you will archive something, you will archive the clip from Finish or ingest, and then you automation delete it from Finish, ingest, and edit. So the clip will be only in the archive. Then, how to restore it? Again, you will use Gemini or Rue, you will find the file because it's like archive and then your ID and everything, it's exactly the same. You will find it, you will push the button to restore Finish. And once you restore it to Finish, we will take it and we will put it to Finish folder. And of course, register it to Finish folder, and then actually immediately copy the one to yes. That's all. Currently, there is the problem with Auto. We are waiting, they have some bug in Auto system, so we can actually send the file to archive, but we cannot restore it, unfortunately. So every time when we try to restore, it will fail. So Auto is working on that fix, and they should release it hopefully soon. Maybe today, but typically tomorrow.
Is it working on that?
So there is some kind of bug. So that's the archive.
Madam, let us clear one thing, the day, actual day from your system. Just tell us this is 7 days. Accurately, this is 5 days. We just want to write it.
Let me check. I will double check it. I'm also not sure because better. So let me check.
Because we several times change it.
Yeah.
And grow.
So exactly, we changed it from 5 to 7, maybe then from 7 to 5. So I'm not sure what was the final decision. There is that immediately custom finish. So finish is 7 days. Finish is 7 days. Ingest is 5 days. So ingest is 5 days really. And when you put something to the video server, I mean like this, then the workday will be set to, let's check it.
This for R3 and R4.
Yes, exactly. Data values, blah 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 So here is actually 2 days, 4. It depends on the category. 2 days,
This 4.
yeah, there is 2 and 3 days. And let me check for which category.
I think 3 days for R1 and R2. And 2 days.
No, actually here it's really,
2 days.
yeah, just 2 days. Really. Just.
I remember that.
No, sorry. Yeah, sorry, 2 days, 2 days, sorry.
That one is 3
2
days.
days,
also.
and in video server, there are like 3 days, but some clips have more,
Like
because there is like 3 days, for some reason there is a 3 days for raw and rec, and 4 days for rest, for other clips.
3 days for
Raw and rec underscore something.
rec.
Because
rec means
Bhupendra told me
Schedule recorder तो अपने R3 R4
because Bhupendra told me that sometimes you can have like raw files and something like bulletins here. So it is like that. But generally speaking, it should disappear.
Brother, in 1 and 2 there will be no raw file. Then why should
It should not be. It should not be there. But I don't know who told me that, but in case that it will be there, you can delete it anywhere. I don't know if you want to do the preview there, or if you want to use it like for the emergency or something. Then you can also use it. What is important, nothing will be deleted from here, from
category commercial, promo, GFX, and add fee.
Nothing will be deleted from VS and from finish when the clip is scheduled. So for
Schedule means in playlist.
playlist or in the block or in the rundown.
Okay.
Playlist, rundown and block. Once you have the clip scheduled here, then it will not be deleted. Even when the warranty is expired. It will not. Because it's scheduled, so we can
Playlist, rundown,
and the block. They are like offline
for that
blocks.
block.
Yes, blocks like
Block playlist.
offline blocks, yeah, block playlist. Then we will keep it there. As you know, transfers are going through the whole day. When transfer is needed, we will trigger it. Purging is not during the whole day. We start the purging every night. And actually the purging starts here at midnight with these, and then the purging continues here around 1 AM in the morning, and then it goes here and here around like 2 and half past or something.
That time, what will happen in server deleting and purging that makes slow our system?
No.
Like in there will be given 2 days continue we working in process. That time in night 1 AM, what will be the scenario?
Okay, you will normalize it. We will just, our system will check like, okay, we need a list of files with expired warranty. It will take the list and I will read. Why we do it at night? We do it at night because we don't want to disturb you, because it will delete from hundreds and hundreds of files. And every time when the file is deleted, the content will blink a little bit and something, because it's updated and there is like a lot of updates. So we don't want to disturb operators. We don't want to, we want to avoid like all kinds of overloading of the system or whatever. It should be fine. You know, these rules are for the time like 10, 15, 20 years ago, when video servers were quite slow. And we have to do it during the night, just to be sure that it will not influence like currently. Automation is very powerful, video servers are very powerful. So
File transfer is very fast.
yes, so nothing should, but still there is a habit to do it during the night.
One thing, Redwood 1 and 2, raw should be in 3 days and another REC.
Yes, raw and REC.
Both are 3 days.
Yes.
And there is another category
And all other categories are these models. I don't know what was that, like 4 or 5.
ये नंबर दिस এটা তো কত হবে আইডি নাম্বার কোনটা কি
যে কম জেরে করেছিল দাদা don't need raw in R1 and R2 because previously there is a plan in 9 and 10 number port is for extra recording purpose. Now there is no, because Mr. Wadu there is Wadu by
It's yeah, so free and for. You know, it doesn't matter. It's actually just the.
we are not creating the raw that
Sure. But for example, in accident, when someone will put it there, we will just delete it faster because it's probably just a mistake. But yes, it's free and 4 days. And actually, free and 4 days means that, I don't know, when you put it like today is 21. So when you put something, I don't know, to finish, then we will add, okay, today is 21, so let's put 7 days, which is 28. And so it means the warranty will expire on 28, but the purging mechanism is running during the night, so the clip will be actually deleted 29 early in the morning, like 2 AM or something. You know, just to be sure that maybe you will see that it's 29. How is it possible? Because the purging mechanism will need to wait for
after finishing the 8 days, 7 days, it will be fast. যে কোনো পাঁচ মানে পার্মানেন্ট ডিলিট মানে আরেক জায়গায় আসতে পারে।
That's the point.
We are just confused. They thought this is 28 days we can store our. This is not 28 days.
No.
He just showing a random date and adding with 7 days.
It's like because today is 21.
Right.
And I was like, and the warranty is 7 for finish.
His example with finish folder. If he is example in that folder, there will be 21 plus 5 and that will be 7.
For inches is 20.
Yeah.
It's like 26.
27
it will be AM.
Understand?
Yes, sir. It's like
Right?
so. It's like 26, which means 27 to
Right. Oh, you have to
Oh yeah. So few more servers we have. What we have here, in our automation, there are also two servers called transcoders. Transcoder 1, transcoder 2. What's the purpose of these transcoders? These are not only transcoders. Of course, first of all, there are services for transcoding. So there is a service called, FFA trans. That's the, and every time when I say something here, it is also for this one, just to mention it. So there are like very important service, like fast threads, FFA threads. This is responsible for transcoding. Why? Because every time when you put something, there is a watch folder actually. These transcoders have mounted DDP, and there is a watch folder for finish and for ingest folder. And every time when there is a new file, immediately one of these transcoders, it doesn't matter which one, they just work together. They realize it, and they will create MP4 and JPEG file. Why? Because when you currently select the archive or finish clip in GNU, then maybe also Gemini, I'm not sure which one, then you will see the low-res preview for devices finish and archive. So that's the first service. The second service, which is running there, it's called
MP4 and
MP4 JPEG picture. Yes. Let me check what is the name of the service. So this service is responsible for transcoding. Also, actually, every time when, for example, you restart the transcoder, you should go to transcoder and open actually that application. It's in C/Aveco/FFA trans blah blah blah.
But it automatically start.
It should, but it is better to open it to have an overview and something. I will recommend to do it. So that's the first service. The second service is called like, one second, it's horrible. Aveco Media Management SOAP Service. Let's call it Aveco Media Management. What is important? There is written SOAP. So when you find an Aveco Media Management SOAP service, this is the service responsible for our media management. That's very important service running on both transcoders, and this service is checking clips in final folders. If we ask for a transfer, this is the responsible service for transfer.
This is service.ms service.
Oh, sorry.
In the Windows service system.
Yes. It's called Aveco Media Management SOAP service. Responsible for transfers to different devices, responsible for getting the media info. That's very crucial service. And the last one is called, check, Apache Tomcat. Apache Tomcat. So, there is an Apache Tomcat, like 9.0 Aveco. also running on both, and this is the service which is responsible for detection of new clips in inboxes, getting media info, sending to file folders, and sending information to our master. So these three services are very, very important currently.
From fast, just repeat these three services.
Fast trans,
Number one, FF trans.
yeah, FF trans, responsible for transcoding. They should start automatically, but I really recommend you every time you restart the computer, just go to services and check it. And possibly for the fast runs, open the application. It's called /c/Aveco fast runs, fast runs exec or something like that. So you can just open the application. This and this, there is no application, but it should also start automatically.
Aveco leader and management.
Media, yeah, Aveco Media Management, SOAP,
Responsible
for media management for final folders, for transfers to archive to VS or from repository. Because it supports, this is actually like Harmonic API, and we use
This is
it.
actually Harmonic API.
It is like MSOP service, so actually it sends via Harmonic API some special commands to devices for transfers. Transfers.
Media management.
Media management SOAP, responsible for transfers from Finnish and ingest folder to other devices or from these devices.
Like this to this or this to this.
This to this. And archive.
That means it responsible for transferring that to this.
Okay. Basically, it's not important for you, but for example, when I want to transfer something from here to here, our system will check and it will just send the command here like, is it a clip here? Yeah, I have a clip, okay, give me the info. Then our system will go and ask this service like, please ask in just folder if the clip is there or not. And we will get the response again. And then we will say, okay, in this case, please start the transfer from here to here. So it will just start the transfer. And when the transfer is finished, we will ask the service once again like, okay, please give me the information that the clip is there, and please inform me what's the duration of the clip, what is the input, output, and other things. So that's the reason why we use it like that. So transcoders are quite easy. If you, there is actually another storage. I almost forgot.
Just.
No. So there is one more storage.
So before that, add one application. Just
Apache Tomcat. Apache Tomcat 9. I think 0 or 1. Aveco.
And what is that application?
Yeah. Every time actually when you will see there like some kind of Aveco, that's our service. Yeah, Apache Tomcat 9.0 Aveco AV server. But it's important to know that it's like Apache Tomcat Aveco AV server. We call it quickly AV server actually. When someone, yeah, this is how we call it in Aveco. AV server.
Aveco server.
Yeah, like Aveco server.
So what is the responsibility for that?
Moving from watch folders to main folders and detection of new clips. Yeah. So for example, when there is no AV server, you will put, it will crash on both. It means that you will put something to finish and nothing will happen. Nothing will happen, the clip will stay there, nothing will be registered, nothing will be moved. If this one will crash, the media management, In its case, claims will be there, but you will not be able to transfer them, you will not be able to delete them, you will not be able to do anything with them. And if this one will crash, then no new low-res files and thumbnails will be created.
But no low-res file and thumbnail will I understand. But main file we will found in our server. And it's running. Like this is stopped. Okay. There will be no generating low-res and thumbnail.
Yeah, only that.
Okay. Then
This one is fine.
This one is fine, and
Completely fine. Yeah.
you can pull that file and make this together.
Exactly.
Okay.
This is only for low-res and thumbnail,
Okay.
so not so important. Let's say, and that's the question: where are these low-res and thumbnail files stored? There is a device
Yes.
called low-res, and as you probably know, I don't know what's the server. Told me that it's some kind of yeah. This is, I don't know currently ID, but this one, if you want to access from newer client, not from Gemini actually, but if you want to access from newer client low-res files, then you should mount it
low-res slash
just Y and slash. Because we need to access Y slash video or Y slash thumbnails or thumbnails, yes.
Y slash that folder.
Yes, exactly like
It always should be in Y, mounted
Y,
in Y.
exactly, the same. So when you mount it to web client, you will have the low-res and thumbnail file for archive and finish. Because when you select archive and finish, we will use that kind of preview. And no worries, last one is one more server for Coolwinder. That was Coolwinder baby. That was Coolwinder baby. I will
Last night that baby was so sick.
Yes. And Coolwinder prepared HLS server. Again, HLS server works the way that when something new appears in the ingest, probably also in the rush. I'm not sure, but I
Yes.
think that Coolwinder prepared also for the rush. Then, and when you do ask for a preview and blah blah blah, then actually it will create HLS stream. Why? Because ingest and rush are very important folders for you for editors. You want to do the preview, right? So Gemini actually is the settings of Gemini is that it connects to an HLS server, and it will just, and there is a redundant server, there is a virtual IP for these two servers, redundant servers, and Gemini will connect and it will get the HLS preview.
Brother, if I stop the HLS, that means my ingest low-res or HLS stream will stop.
Yes, exactly. When you stop HLS, these HLS servers, it means that in Gemini there will be no preview at all.
In Gemini, but
In Gemini, in the NUE, there will be no preview for ingest and rush. Because NUE also use it, but we use it for ingest and rush, and for finish and archive, we use these MP4s.
Yes. It has also the folder in these drives, 18.20, 182.
This is used for real files, MP4 JPEG. HLS, there is some kind of, I don't know, like internal storage.
No, brother. This files has also the low-res folder in that folder.
But not in video.
No, not the different.
There is a different one. Exactly, yeah. There is a different one, it goes there. So, but it is not, you don't need to mount it like slash something.
Because that is web streaming.
Exactly, it's just HTTP
Notice.
192.168.18.35 and then 7. Actually, no, there is a 35
35.
because there are like two HLS servers,
And one is for the
36, 37, and we created not 35, which is the virtual IP. That's the virtual IP. So that's for HLS. But again, you don't need to do like anything, and I will ask for Windows to provide you, maybe he provided already some basic, maintenance, like how to maintain, how to restart it or something. But it should be fine again. It should not be some like anything. Well, so that's all about the workflow. And now let me check what we need to do before, because we have just like half an hour, maybe 45 minutes. So I will show you some maintenance for the server. I will connect my laptop. So, which HDMI is that? This one, for example. So, when you connect, when you go to car room, to server room, and when you open the KVM, you will see something like this. This is for the backup server, and for the main one, let me show you the main one. It's the same, just this one is blue. Blue is main, red is backup. You can simply recognize it. I will log out from main because we will do it just on the backup, so it's safe. This backup is currently slave server. What is the menu? Using this menu, actually you can do a full maintenance of the whole server. For example, when some processes will crash, when something will need to be restarted. So let's start. I will skip something because it's not probably necessary. First of all, shell, you don't need to know it. Who am I? Again, not necessary to know. For, not necessary to know. What is very important here? Number 5 and stop. What is number 5? If I push number 5, there is the information. My server is a slave server. And then my options are, I can refresh the status, or, and this is important, activate this service as server as a master. If I will now press M, I will not do that, but if I press that, it will switch the system and the backup will be the master. Be careful. MCR is fully mirrored. So when you switch, it's fine. PCR should be fully mirrored. They just need to maybe open the application, but otherwise it should be fine. Scheduled ingest is mirrored, but manual ingest is not mirrored. When you switch to backup server, it will screw the manual ingest. It will happen that actually the manual ingest will continue, but the problem is that you will not have the overview about the ingest. You will lose the information. You cannot stop it properly and so on. So every time, of course, in case of emergency, I don't know, if there is something very serious with the main server, switch. Well, I don't know if you do the maintenance, or we will help you, to do the maintenance, especially in first years. And you should check if there is no transfer and if there is no ingest, because also transfers are not mirrored. So when there is a transfer from somewhere, the transfer, when you switch, the transfer will continue, it will maybe finish, but you will not have the database record in the database, because the backup server cannot get the information. So that's the way how to switch to backup server. Stop the system. Some of your colleagues will be now very scared. When I push stop the system, cancel it, or you can push escape every time when you want to go back. Stop the system and reboot, stop the system and power it off. What does it mean, reboot? Reboot means that, because actually when you stop the system, it doesn't mean that it will stop the whole server. It means because there is a Linux and there is Astra system. And when I push stop, it will just stop Astra, but it will not reboot the whole Linux. But if you want to do like complete reboot, then stop the system and reboot it. What can be the problem? The problem can be that it can take like 4 or 5 minutes maybe before reboot. So, and when to do it? We recommend you to do it like once a year. Just like once a year, some maintenance night, and just reboot. Of course, you should do the thing that you should every time reboot just not the master server, or if you have some backup layout, you can reboot both. When you reboot servers, at first you should reboot or you should stop slave or backup. I mean, like in this case, backup is the slave, so you should stop at first that backup server. Then you should stop the main server. If you want to stop them completely, at first backup and then main. If you want to start them again, at first main and then the backup. Because first server will start, it will pick up automatically the master. So if you don't want to switch afterwards, you should start main at first and then backup. And since this is the backup server, and since it should not do anything, I lost my connection. Stop. And just check. It's back up. Stop. Stop. Yes. So currently we are stopping the server system in this. It is backup. So it's completely fine. Just your operators will be scared because they will see some error. But nothing will happen, hopefully. So it's stopping. Then this is the thing how it looks when the server is stopped. And then what are your options? Press space to reboot Linux completely. Press P to power it off, which means I don't know if you want to change something, you have to like power it off completely. Or D, which is to fix the fix the replication of the database. Our databases are completely synchronized. It can happen from time to time, or it can happen that, for example, your backup system is not running for a long time. You will start it, and you will see in the status like replication broken or replication is not running properly. In this case, you have to stop the slave server, typically the backup, and then press D. I will show you what will happen. Are you sure? Yes, of course. And currently, we deleted the backup database, and it currently takes data from the main database, and it just start the synchronization once again, blah blah blah. So you can do it by yourself. It takes mostly 30 seconds, 1 minute. And it's done. So very simple way, press any key. So currently it's done. Now you need to restart Linux. I don't want to spend like 5 minutes, so I will just do some magic. And I will just start it once again. No worries, you will not need to move. So we will start the server. As you know, as you will see, it will take again like 1 to 2 minutes to start the system. And when the system will be started, then you will see that connection and everything will be green again. So we will have a connection to the server. I will not professionally want to stop it again, but that was just the thing that when you go to server room and open the KVM, you will see something like this. And I said, like, you have there are like three important things here. Utilities, I will go there later. Master slave control, it's for switching between master and slave when you press 5. And for example, now I want to, and then N, it's like set the backup as the master. I will do it right now. And I mentioned actually that when you switch to backup or from backup to main, it doesn't matter, MCR is fine, it's fully mirror. PCR should be also fine, but manual ingest is not fine, it's not mirror, and transfer is not mirror. So typically, if you want to switch Y for some reason to backup, then you should find some time window without any ingest and transfers. And then it will be completely fine. And then I showed guys how to stop the system. If you want to stop the system, just use S, and there will be like, are you really sure to stop the system and something, so you just...
That means whether master to slave and slave to master, when they transferring, ingesting, raw, and raw will not work.
Yeah, when you ingest something and you switch, or I don't know, something will happen to the main, and it will switch automatically. Because the thing is that we are checking the main, and in case of the problem with main, we will switch automatically to backup, but we will never switch automatically to main again. You have to do it manually. You know, the emergency is done automatically, but the recovery has to be done manually. You have to go to main server and confirm that you really want to set it as master. And yeah. Then let's move to utilities. Utilities are actually very important. Utilities, and then we have limited time, so I will go to restart. So let's check these 2 and 3. Playlist tools and restart of modules. Well, I'm not sure if it's visible.
Brother, if I want to restart main, then we have to back up to main.
If you don't want to interrupt the broadcast, then of course you have to switch to backup at first, and then you can restart main.
We know our mirror is so one is main, one is backup. So I think there is no problem.
No. Maybe you are confused with main and backup compilation server and then main and backup harmonics. Because you have
this main and backup automation.
This is main and backup compilation server. There are also main and backup playouts. But in this case, actually, this is just the automation server. I will show you later some emergency for MCR how to switch to playout server. That's another point.
But when I reboot or not shift to main and backup, when backup is like master, that time the transferring between procedure time, what will be the procedure? What will be the process? Like backup will be master and master will be ready like 30 seconds after that the backup will be saved.
When you switch to backup, for example, then everything will be available like immediately. But you have to start your transfers again. You have to start your ingest again. That's the problem. But
only manual ingest will be updated and new ingest.
Only manual ingest. Transfer and manual.
Transfers and manual ingest. Okay. This is affected.
এই শুনুন ভাই টিভির অবস্থা খারাপ
Just go around. Then, no worries. When I talk, I have to stand. And I have to go. So there was the. So let's go back to the menu, and let's focus now. And it's very important because sometimes you don't need to restart the whole server. You know, it's like brute force. Sometimes you need to restart just some part of the server, and that's the point. You have to go to utilities, number 2. Then you have to go to restart of modules, which is number 3. And then, what is here? Complete playlist. If I select complete playlist, I will not do it right now. TV1, because you have just one MCR playlist, that's the start user playlist. And then you will just select it and restart. What it means? Restart of playlist will restart all drivers responsible for the playlist. It will restart the communication with switcher. It will restart the communication with playout servers. You know, so it will just restart these things related.
That time the onion will be hampered.
Of course, if you could see this today, when you do it on backup, then it's fine. It's fine. When you do it on the master server, main or master server, it's master server. When you do the master server, it will be no good because you will interrupt the playout. If you are on live, then it's fine. If you are on a Windows server, it will just maybe finish.
Okay, when I depend on the playlist, that will be hampered.
Yeah. So you should not restart it on the master server. Otherwise, it can corrupt your, it can cancel, like screw your playout. Let's say.
We can restart back service like exchanging master to slave to master.
For example, that's what I did. That's what I do sometimes. Maybe you know from the dry run that sometimes you could see that there is a backup main, because I had to apply some changes. So I had to go to backup. I restarted the main, and then I went back to main server. That's the reason why I did it. Because really, when you restart it directly on the master, the playout will not continue. You have to reopen the playlist in newer. Also very important. Otherwise, you will do the copy paste and nothing will happen. For example, so avoid doing that on the master server. The number 2, it has very weird name, asynchronous checkers. We call it playlist checkers. What it is? Playlist checkers or asynchronous checkers. This is the process which is checking all playlists, blocks, open blocks or rundowns. And actually this is the process which is checking where the file is located. Because it works the way that at first you put something to playlist, some ID. And our system will check, is it available in the playout server? No. Okay, is it at least available in the finish? No. Holy crap. Is it at least available in the archive? Yeah, it's in the archive. Or if it's not anywhere, we can put there like some unknown device or PH or something. So this is something which is checking playlists and blocks and rundowns if everything is ready for the playout, and in giving instructions to other modules like please transfer this, transfer that, we need it for the player. So if you will feel that something, for example, is I don't know, in the video server, and you see that this is not like in the playlist, you see that it shows you some error like not ready in the video server or something, you can try to restart it, and you can try to restart it even on the master server. It will be just restarted in like 15 seconds, and it's fine. It will not influence like anything. You don't need to do anything in the web. It's completely safe to do it on the master server. That's fine. NRCS rundowns. NRCS rundowns are, again, it should not happen, but it can happen that, for example, Octopus will be completely down. So Octopus will not send, or Octopus sends some wrong data, they will need to restart the Octopus. Sometimes it happens that there are some corrupted data or whatever. We cannot establish the communication Octopus again, so you can actually try to restart its NRCS rundowns, which means that our automation system will actually reconnect to Octopus and it will ask for data once again. Again, if your PCR is not broadcasting anything, completely safe. Do not restart it when your PCR is on there, because it will just maybe delete the rundown and take the data again. Not good. Complete media management. Again, this is very important. Every time when I do some change like warranty, merging, transfers there, or whatever, or registration of new clips, everything is under the media management. So, when you, again, for example, when to do it? You can do it when you see there's some issue that some device is disconnected, like ingest, finish, archive is disconnected. Of course, you should check if it's already disconnected or not, but you can try, theoretically you can try to restart complete media management. We will kill all processes which are trying to connect to storages, and we will enable again, and then we will try to reconnect to all storages once again. We will also restart the module which is responsible for transfers. So for example, if you, and also for the registration of new files. So if you feel that new files are not registered,
yesterday if you do that, all that media 400 file will drop and
delete. That's the point. This is advantage and disadvantage. When you do it, and you have some running transfers,
all will delete.
not deleted, but you will not have the overview about the progress anymore. So maybe the transfer will be finished, maybe, we don't know, because we will stop watching the transfer. That's the reason. And also, if you restart it, then you will lose the queue of the inbox rush or rush inbox or finish inbox and something. But if there are some clips, we will again detect these clips once again, and we will just register these clips once again. So you can also do it on the master server, but you should do it only when you don't have any running transfers. Otherwise, you will corrupt these transfers. Gemini backend, simple, it will just restart everything related to Gemini. Backend means actually there are some additional scripts and something for Gemini to be able to watch something in our system and so on. So for example, when you restart it, some buttons will stop working in Gemini for a few moments. But just like some additional buttons and something. Gemini will still work. Newer services, it's actually the menu when I go inside. Complete newer backend, newer features and asset compare. Complete newer backend. When I restart complete newer backend, it will disconnect all newer clients from our servers, and it will restart like all services related to them. I didn't use it for several years, really, so probably it's not necessary. And you should not do that, maybe. That's probably, I hope there will be no reason to do it. If yes, if we will need to do it, you just have to do one thing. You have to close and open, after the restart, you have to reopen all the files. That's it. Otherwise, maybe they will do it. Newer features, dispatchers. It can be useful for you. It can happen that something will crash. It happens to me sometimes. And then, if you feel that, for example, you ask for transfer in Nue, or you push delete in Nue, or you push delete button in Nue and nothing happens, then these delete button, transfer buttons, creating of unique ID in the content for subclip or whatever, all these are related to Nue features, like Nue features or Nue helpers or Nue dispatchers, as they say. And you can restart it. You can actually even restart it on master server, and you can even restart it when MCR or PCR is on air.
That means, brother, in any kind of features we are using in Nue, in any issues like I put that or push that button, it's not working, just features, restarting the features.
Exactly, restarting the features. Because then the process can start because it waits for some confirmation from device or whatever, and you don't want to wait, so you can restart it. It is safe to do it on master server, but some new buttons will not work for like 10 seconds. And then it will be restarted and it will start again.
জেমিনির সাথে আপনার যে জিনিসগুলো মেবি কোনো কিছু পুশ in Gemini there is a retrieve and there is a push and pull button. It's for Gemini.
That's like Gemini backend. This side is like this is like moving my backend of my features. This is So I will go from this menu. That was like the most important. I will go back to number 2, playlist tools. What is that? Okay. I will explain just 2 and 3. The first one will not happen, hopefully. This is for administrators. You have actually that option number 2 is also available in Nuve for administrators. Erase the whole playlist. It's, I don't know, when you want to test something or whatever, you can have the option to erase the whole playlist. It's possible. Unlock events. Let me show you something. I will go to the playlist. Start news. Take some time. Let's go just quite slow. Wait, there is the arrow. So I need to leave in like 25 minutes. Okay, so, for example, I will go here, I will open the spyglass, and currently, we call it that when I open the spyglass, I'm editing something. My event is locked. No one else can edit it. It's locked.
Their button can unlock the
Exactly. This is, but and every time when I push cancel or when I close Nuve will automatically unlock the event to be able to edit it by someone else. It can happen. I don't know, that your computer will suddenly crash or something. It means that it will not be unlocked properly. So it is
locked all the time.
Yeah, and some user will need to edit it, and it will not be possible. And that's the point why we have that kind of feature, unlock events. It will just unlock all events and you will be able to just edit them all. Of course,
It's only in examples, not PCR.
this is a good question. It should be in FCR playlist. Because in PCR rundown, actually, when you close the rundown, it is automatically unlocked again. So, yeah. Is there anything else? No. And last one is utilities, database utilities, number 4. And again, I will explain, this is just for us, most of them are for us. For you, there is just number 2, unlocking database records. As probably you feel, this is the same, but the only difference is that it's not for the SCR playlist, but this is for the content. So when someone is editing something in the content, then and the computer will crash, you will use this menu to unlock database records, and you will be able to edit them again. Well, I will be now very, very brief and quick, because we don't have much time.
No issues, we just
Which is a pity. So the server menu is done, private status groups and maintenance and offensive things is fine. I will just quickly show you some applications for administrators. Because as you know, you are administrators and you have all applications available in MCR they have just few applications. PCR, they have few applications. You have all of them. And some of them are only for administrators, which, let's start with the content. There is one single button which is only, actually these two are just for Aveco, but this is for administrators. Force delete. This is available just for you. Common delete clip is checking if the clip is not in the playlist. It is checking if the clip is, for example, not protected or something. This force delete, it will delete everything you want. Everything you want. So it is great, for example, when something is already in the playlist, you want to replace the clip, so you want to actually delete the clip, and because there is nothing like versioning. If you want to put the new version of the clip, you have to delete the clip from Finish and VS completely, and then you have to put the same clip with the same name to register it to Finish and then to VS. So for example, you can use the force delete, it will delete it really from VS, and then you can replace it. Otherwise, this button will not work. Or you will need to delete it from the playlist, then delete and then sketch it again.
Force delete means from VS, Finish and
yeah, it will just not check the presets in the playlist. Asset compare. Asset compare.
Normal delete. Can we retrieve the delete file?
Once you delete it, it's deleted. Of course, if you delete it from VS only, then
I just find it from
Finish. But once you delete it from the storage, it's this. Asset compare. What is the asset compare? I will open the asset compare for Finish. Okay. What we can see here. Asset compare will actually compare the storage and our database. The left side will show you these clips are in our storage. So these clips, in case of Finish, these clips are in the Finish folder, but they are not registered in our database, in our content. For some reason, failed transfer, failed registration, something bad happened probably in the past. This clip is vice versa. We have the database record in our database, but there is no real clip with that name in the storage. So, you as administrators should do some maintenance once a time and check actually if there is like not so much orphans and something. For example, today we deleted a lot of Rush files, and there is still, you see, 100, we had like 3 or more than 3,000, but currently just 100 because I deleted them all, almost. Like all these database orphans. And you have the clip in database, there is no clip in Rush folder.
If I delete that from database, it will automatically delete from Rush.
Right, this is just a database. It's only database. If you will delete, for example, this one, it's some kind of old clip, right? So, I will take it, it's 1701, it's the old one, delete, are you sure? Yes, of course. Yes, I am. So, the orphan, we call it like storage orphans, database orphans. That database orphan was deleted, there are no database fake clips. These clips, what are your options? Of course, these clips are in the storage, they are not in the database. So you have to, one option is, you can delete them if you don't need them.
If I don't add them again.
Or the second option, register it. You will set something, you can put some forum there, 24. You can even do the preview. To see like what's the clip. In case of Finish, it's the lowest preview. In case of video service, it will be the highest preview. And when you are fine, you can then register.
If my GDP is done, then I directly input in VS.
Exactly, and that's the point. This is also the emergency application for you. If the DEV will be completely down, and you will just put clips directly to harmonic FS0 clip data folder. Then you can open, for example, if you put it to RWG1, open RWG1, and oh, we have some old. So you will see it on the left side because we didn't register them, and yeah, okay. And you can do the preview, so you can do the here's preview or push register.
No, it's already in VS.
It's in VS, but it's not in database.
No. It's not in VS. That type of file I import in VS. I want to import in VS.
That's the point. You will put it to VS directly. You will copy paste them, to.
I new file want to import the VS without helping of
You have to access harmonic servers directly via some file system or via FTP. There is FTP to harmonic servers.
Is there any way to process?
It's not like you have to access it. There is like, I don't know, the ID of harmonic, and as far as I know, harmonic has the FTP.
Yeah.
User/user. Credentials are user/user, and you can access every harmonic server using also this FTP. Only in case of emergency, please. And you will upload the file here, and then, but you have to manually register it
From there.
from this. If you put it to number one,
Now I have to go to FTP and put user access to harmonic, then go to extra input DB for register.
register it. And when you do it, I can show you that this is the old clip. Register. I don't know, I can put there some description, blah blah blah. You can select the warranty, whatever, and press OK, which means it was registered database. When I check the content, which is our database, you see it's already available, and since I registered that, we should also see in a few seconds the mirroring. Because if the clip was only in one storage, it will be then mirrored to the second storage, to the backup storage. I'm not sure if it's not in this. So that's the emergency way how you can register your clips using this asset component. So it's for the maintenance as well as for the emergency.
And register database should be the formal way, like PROG, PRO. This should be follow the category.
No, actually, this one is not that smart. This is just the emergency way. So you have to, if you want to fill like everything, then you will just need to go to content, set the category manually, blah blah blah, and something. So it's not that smart. This one is not like automatic like the.
That means whatever the file name is, I rename there as it will be there.
Yeah. Okay, which is very quickly. Video server ports. There is a lot of them. That's the point if you want to see like the status of the port. I don't know, when I open MCRM, you see that I know that there is something prepared on the main MCR channel. You cannot control it because this is for MCR, but for example, when I open the channel for the preview, then I can even manually put there a file. There is a drag and drop from content, like this area, and then you can view it and play it.
So from contents,
From content,
drag and drop.
yeah. So this is it. Routers, you know that MCR is MCR router, PCR router, PCR router, blah blah blah. Ingest router. Administrators, they have like full version of the router. So you see like everything, all outputs from the router.
Yes, there is from this session,
I will will send you some documents, and also I will send you some documents that you can ask me, you can ask me direction. You can use that very well also, so at least in the same time zone, so when you go together, you can also explain it very well. Yeah, I will just need to finish these things. Very important for administrators, like few applications, still have some time. Playlist operations. When I open playlist operations, that's for the MCR playlist. You will select the playlist. I don't want to select it right now, but you will select the playlist, and options are erase. That's not necessary. But the second one, recheck all events in the plan. It means that, for example, every time when you put something to the playlist, we check if the clip is in the database and we check if the clip is in the storage. If someone will access the storage directly, and when someone will delete something from the storage, our automation does not know it. And if you want to be sure that really everything what is in the playlist are also in the storage, then please use that option, recheck all events in the plan. It will just check the MCR playlist one by one, all events, and it will just check them if clips are ready in the storage.
Octopus, in Octopus we can see the clips are ready or not.
Exactly.
We can see
the rest is erase the whole plan, that's the same, erase the whole MCR plan, and that's stop the playlist. You will not. This is very important. Emergency. What is that kind of emergency? I showed you switching between main and backup automation server. We also have switching between main and backup playout server. Currently, when you check your switcher, on the switcher, when you play something like clip, it goes from MCRM to PGM. All the time MCRM to PGM. But I don't know. We are checking. The automation is checking the connection to servers, to main port. And if there is no answer from the main port, for some reason harmonic is broken, someone stopped the harmonic, then we trigger something just called emergency. Basically, what it means, we will send the command to router, to switcher, and to our media management that from now, please use MCRB to PGM. Also use MCRB to bypass, and also use the backup storage, the Redwood 2 storage as the primary one. So prioritize transfers to the second one, not to the first one. So that's all. When to do it? When you lose the connection to the main one, or I don't know, you have this application also for your maintenance. You will need to restart the harmonic main server. In this case, you will select the playlist and you will push the emergency button. In this case, we will start using backup channels and backup harmonic for the PGM. So you can go and restart your main harmonic. And of course, if you are done, then you should use the recovery button. If you are sure that main harmonic is fine, playing again, you can use the recovery button, and it will start using again the main harmonic. So this is again application only for administrators.
Last night see the
media queue is the, I don't know what was written there, but
400 files is to take out.
that was media link. There was media link. Actually, that's the status. When you go here and write status. Okay, main. Status browsers. It can be like, you can find it here or click here, BioMaster, and you can see the status for all these services running on our servers. No, there is no time for it. When you there see some warning means there is something wrong maybe. That's like, there is something currently with Octopus, there is like one wrong. But warning is not so bad. There is also red color, can be like red color. Red color means like something very bad. I don't know, can be that no communication with the device, or
Can we see from there what will be the flag as well?
I cannot. You would need to disconnect something or whatever. So that I cannot show. But typical is like router no call. So you say, there is a problem with the communication router, and then you have to go and you have to check, the router if if there is a communication, you have to check like if it's connected properly and so on. So that's something called status browser. And this media link actually the queue, sorry, the slave, the master. Media link, you see like queue for all.
There is no queue.
There is currently it's empty. There is no queue.
And what the purpose of this queue and this queue? These are different. They are what they do? Registry database?
Yep. It shows you the amount of clips which need to be registered per clips. And for one, there is just limit, one clip per 5 seconds.
One clip for 5 seconds.
It's not that fast.
That means there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 lighter. 6.
But I did the thing that, as I said, at night there was one queue for all devices. Currently, there is like one dedicated queue
selected for
rush.
others.
Yeah.
One dedicated for rush, one dedicated You selected 2 dedicated for rush.
Right. These two, but this is like one queue for rush, and this is the rest. They have one queue for the rest. You just finish, they use the same queue.
That means both are one pair.
What do you mean?
Meaning there is 6 system, 3 are using, 3 are by pair.
So, last 3 applications or 4. So then reopen Windows Server ports. It will reopen the API, it will reconnect to API ports and reopen API ports like Windows Server Harmonic Layout ports. When to do it? It's a good idea to do it when you restart the Harmonic Server. Only after Harmonic Server is restarted or players are disabled and enabled sometimes. That is good idea to do it. Of course, you have to select only the port or group of ports which should be restarted. Do not restart layout ports, for example, when they are on air. Otherwise, it will just
Like
reconnect it and screw it back.
Like last night after 1 PM, the PCR port are not playing. Then I can remove it.
I don't know what happened.
They are not playing anything. Just they are not playing anything.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
it's lazy.
Times necessary. I will start from the last. Pool management. You know that you have pool of ports. You have a pool for ingest. For Redwood 4, you have a pool of ports for Redwood. For preview, you have a pool for ingest. What will it mean?
There is a question to the preview, MCR preview. When these guys are in ingest, they are not selecting that preview code. They cannot select that preview code by using their ingest user, right?
When we try to preview this, especially this, it is something sometimes showing MCR preview 1.
that preview not in
Using by
ingest,
MCR.
not in ingest. We need to select that MCR preview 2 always for ingest.
Review 2 for inches,
Preview 1 for
review
ingest.
1 for MCR.
Okay, we didn't know it. In this case, you can still select, and there is
But
no.
data he cannot change it from here.
There is some kind of possibility to change it. Okay, if you need to decide, then you need to change the rule, because I was told that you don't care what is it. So if you want to change it, you can change it for that.
Noted? Yes.
But basically it means that, for example, one port is down. So currently you see that all ports are used for the pool for reboot for. But in case of, I don't know, something bad happened, and you don't want automation to use it for the ingest, then you will just select it and then activate it. And it means that, yeah, when it's done, you can activate it again. When you activate it, it means that you will not use it for the ingest.
After activated, I cannot use it for inches.
When you activate it again, you can use it again. For example, now I was told that I should actually disable MCRP1 for the ingest. So, as you can see, it's activated.
Please activate.
Because there is no output. There is no output on the router. So you cannot use it for the ingest because no one prepared the output on the router.
That is why they cannot see that.
This is the ingest. Preview uses both. But there is a special tool, ingest pool VS, and that one is using that two ports on ingest on MCR servers or layout servers. MCRP1, MCRP2. MCRP2 can be used for the ingest. We got the information that also MCRP1 can be used. But since there is no output on the router, we cannot route it, so we need temporarily disable it. So that's pool management. And criteria editor.
I add that criteria for
Yeah. So you probably
category.
okay.
So just 15 seconds. What is category 1? Is for news.
Category 1 is like the prefix. You see, OOB, commercial headline, blah blah blah. Category 2 is like to recognize if it's final
or regular 4.
This is like for filtering. This one is only for us. It's locked. And then you can actually put there some categories for blocks, but you don't use blocks. And the user management, I think it's not so necessary because we need to spend like more time. But I will just mention, we prepared for you these users.
Oh, brother, one. I told you there is Mr. Hassan told you that we need one NUE. And I will, shall
I asked Hassan that if you need one more, you have to tell me hostname and IP, and also I need to get the information like which user should be used, like by default.
it is like for traffic. Whenever for trafficking system we are using Gen21.
Yes.
If the Gen21 is down or we are not using the Gen21, then we go to the directly.
In this case, if we will prepare it for review, and then we will give us something in it.
Then we will just provide you the IP and hostname. We will do it.
And I'm very sorry guys, but I have to go.
I know. Quite sad about
Otherwise, I will miss the flight and I will need to stay here longer. And I cannot. No worries. So,
Brother, sorry, you can
sorry? 6:45 or something.
give me
So,
5 minutes.
draw by
Okay.
user.
Okay, I will just pack my things for the one. You can just find me there. Yeah. I guess a little bit easy for some.
এটা লাগতেছে না এটা লাগতেছে না এটা তো না I think it is
Yes, later. I will just start drawing something and then